There are at least 8 major projects underway on the campus. You've seen the projects dealing with the new construction projects. The Arthur Weisberg Family Applied Engineering Complex is a building that will rival the Robert C. Byrd Biotechnology Center and Science Center in terms of size and scope. It will fill in the landscape along 3rd Avenue between the Engineering Laboratories building and the biotech building. It is a major step forward for the university in terms of our engineering programs, and we have other STEM-related programs that will be in that building as well as research facilities. So it's a huge step forward for us. Total price tag is pushing $54 million, and it'll be a tremendous addition. Opening in the spring, late spring of 2015. So we have more work to do. You only saw a little bit of the steel work that's going up, but it's going up big time now. We've already touched on the athletic facilities, but I think it's important to emphasize one particular facility, the Sports Medicine Translational Research Center. It's part of the indoor practice complex, which is a three-building complex with the indoor practice facility and also the Student Academic Center. The reason for highlighting it is it's an interface between our academic programs, and there are a number of academic programs from a research perspective that will benefit from this facility, as well as our student athletes and people who are interested in maximizing human performance, because that's the focus of that center. This center actually begins before it even opens with a $10 million research endowment. And that's the result of the success that we had with the West Virginia Research Trust Fund initiative that the state launched in 2008. We were challenged to raise $15 million through private donor participation to match $15 million provided by the state. It's a dollar-for-dollar match. We had 5 years to do it. We closed out that mini campaign this past December. And so once all the pledges are paid, we're looking at a $30 million research endowment, combined state investment and private donor investment. We had over 170 donors contribute to that mini campaign. And my hat's off to Ron Area and Lance West and his foundation staff for their hard work working together to raise those funds, and to all of the donors who helped us realize what was at that time viewed as a very, very ambitious project and undertaking. To be blunt about it, I think Ron Area and I were the only ones in 2008 that really believed that we could raise $15 million in private gift support for research at Marshall University, and we're very happy to report that we were successful. The Downtown Visual Arts Center is a $14.5 million project. It's the old Stone and Thomas, or if you will, Anderson Newcomb building right at the Pullman Square area. It has been an eyesore in the downtown area for far too long. We were able to acquire that building for almost nothing, and we're converting it into the Downtown Visual Arts Center, and that's where our visual arts programs will have their new home. It's also a portal for the university with the City of Huntington to create a very vibrant arts community in the downtown area. And we think that this is a way to help revitalize and to accelerate the development of the downtown area in Huntington and provide unique opportunities for our students in those programs and for our community. And so it'll be a portal for us as well that I think I'm very excited about, and the community is very excited about. We have a $3 million major renovation project going on in East Hall. East Hall is the renamed dining hall between Hodges Hall and Laidley Halls. Hodges Hall is no more. It was demolished this summer, and that will be greenscape in the years ahead, and we're finishing that demolition project. East Hall is being converted to the Center for an initiative I announced last year, which is a partnership with Into University Partnerships to expand significantly our international student population on campus. The goal right now is to build our international student population at both the undergraduate and graduate level to over 2,000 students. We're currently at about 480 right now. Working with international or Into University Partnerships, that's one of the things they do well. This center will be a partnership This will be their new home, and one of the beautiful parts about this renovation project is it will restore the life of that building for at least the next 40 years, and it's a very important investment. For those of you that attend football games, many of you do, we are in the process of adding 4 new skyboxes to the stadium. Those skyboxes are actually divisible, and we can actually end up with 8. But as importantly, for those of us who are spectators, all the elevators are being completely redone, refurbished, rebuilt. The original 2 have already been completed, and we're adding the 3rd elevator this summer. So when you come to campus for the first football game of the season, barring any unforeseen events, we should have 3 working elevators that are far more reliable than they have been in the past. With the vision campaign and the overall campaign for these new capital projects, which we set a campaign goal of $40 million in private gift support, we're about 3/4 of the way there. And I offer my deep and eternal thanks to all of you who have contributed to this campaign. It's going to make a huge difference in the future of Marshall University. Last year we talked about the startup of the new physical therapy school and pharmacy school. Dr. Kevin Yingling is here tonight with us, and he's the Dean of the School of Pharmacy. Both of these new schools had tremendously successful first years. The second-year class for physical therapy is already enrolled. When you look at the number of applicants per position that we can accept, the numbers are quite impressive in terms of the ratio of applicants to admittance. And these programs are being viewed by both their respective accrediting bodies as model programs and programs that are being pointed to as the way education in these particular disciplines and professions needs to go. It's a real credit to the leadership provided by Penny Kroll, who is the director of the physical therapy school, and Dr. Kevin Yingling and his team in pharmacy. They're doing an extraordinary job. In terms of regional accreditation for the university, we are accredited by the Higher Learning Commission of the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools. We are up for reaccreditation in the years, in academic year 2015 and 16. We have been involved with a quality improvement project at the request of the Higher Learning Commission. We were invited to participate in what they were calling a degree qualifications profile test. And this is a project launched by the Lumina Foundation, and there are 20 universities and colleges, community colleges, that were invited to participate in this experimental project. And I'm happy to report to you that Marshall University is viewed by the Higher Learning Commission as the model university with a model project that really set the table for what this project was all about. And it's a credit to our faculty and to the administration and staff. The project is extraordinary. It is something you'll read more and more about in terms of what it highlights. But it's kind of the behind-the-scenes work that goes on. The physical projects going on campus are real easy to see. But the behind-the-scenes work that's been going on at the university to raise the academic profile of Marshall University has been nothing short of extraordinary. When we look at the accreditation status for both pharmacy and for physical therapy, they are right on track with where they need to be. We expect to hear later this month on the candidate status determination by the Accreditation Council for Pharmacy Education. If the exit report is any indication, and it was a stellar exit report, we are looking forward to a very positive outcome. Same thing's true with physical therapy. During this past year, we were reaccredited or reaffirmed in our accreditation by NCATE for the College of Education and by AACSB for the College of Business. So things have really been moving very well. From a recruitment and enrollment point of view, for domestic students, we're pretty much plateaued right now. It's an indication, I think, more of the economy and the state of the economy than anything else. But we're seeing overall enrollment growth when we add the international students that we expect to have matriculate in the fall. We continue to work very hard on retention efforts for our students, and we're seeing signs of success there as well. I want to give you a quick update on the medical school. Dr. Joe Shapiro is here this evening with his lovely wife, Mary. And Joe joined us almost a year ago to accept the leadership reins for the School of Medicine. and to help us advance the school and also re-earn full accreditation from the LCME. Joe has done an extraordinary job mobilizing faculty and staff in the School of Medicine, focusing on what matters most with regard to re-earning our full accreditation. We see external fundraising at an all-time high, especially in terms of scholarship support for our medical students. The clinical department practices are blossoming within the Marshall Health configuration, which is the practice plan, and they're performing at high levels and much higher than before. Productivity and grant-funded research is climbing. We have some recent hires of 3 NIH-funded investigators. All 3 of these investigators have multiple NIH R01 awards, and these individuals are expected to be catalysts for further research and grant development within the medical school and across the university. One of those individuals has been hired as the new director for the Marshall Institute for Interdisciplinary Research. As an NIH-funded investigator, he is somebody who sets the bar very high and will take our Interdisciplinary Research Institute to an entirely new level. And we're very proud and pleased to welcome Dr. Jin Shea in December when he comes on board. Very excited about the prospects there. Talk to you about the Into initiative, and we have a great opportunity to not only grow international student population on the campus, but also to look at ways to internationalize Marshall University and our faculty. There is absolutely no reason why we can't build partnerships and very effective partnerships with the other universities across the world who are part of the Into family. And we fully expect to take advantage of that, as well as begin to look at degree programs that can be integrated between different institutions in ways that can be enriching to our student body. And most importantly, especially for students from West Virginia who are natives of West Virginia, open the world and open the globe to them to truly understand what the global world is all about. I want to compliment Charlotte Weber not only on her work this evening and all the background work for this particular event, and she does a wonderful job each and every year, but Charlotte serves another role at the university as well, and that is the executive director of the Robert C. Byrd Institute for Advanced Flexible Manufacturing. And the progress that's been made in this past year at RCBI has been nothing short of extraordinary. RCBI has been awardee of a number of landmark high-tech manufacturing grants, and she's established the nation's first additive manufacturing innovation institute at Marshall University and at RCBI. In March 2013, this past March, RCBI received the Governor's Award for Leadership in Advanced Green Manufacturing. And it's a reflection of her leadership and the work that she does so tirelessly and in such a committed way. Congratulations, Charlotte. I'd also like to mention that when we look at centers at Marshall University, RCBI certainly stands out, but the Ray Hall Appalachian Transportation Institute, led by Bob Plymel as the executive director, is certainly in that category as well. The transportation work and leadership that Bob has provided in moving RTI to a national transportation center status has been simply extraordinary. The work that they do there complements many of the academic programs that we have at Marshall, especially those related to engineering. And we're very pleased and proud of not only the relationship, but to see the progress that's being made. And that progress isn't just around surrounding transportation. It interdigitates with the community. The PATH project that is taking hold throughout Huntington, which is a series of walking and bike trails throughout Huntington, connecting all of the parks throughout the greater Huntington area, is a project that will be brought to conclusion in 2015, thereabouts, and maybe sooner. And if it weren't for Bob's leadership on this, I don't think that project would have gotten off the ground. We are going to have facilities and access to facilities in the new Applied Engineering Complex that Bob has been very instrumental in facilitating for our engineering students, and the relationship between the College of Information Technology and Engineering and RTI is nothing short of exceptional. I'm pleased to point out to you that this past spring, 100% of our BS and engineering seniors passed the Fundamentals of Engineering examination, which is an extraordinary accomplishment. And Dr. Weil Zatar is here. He's the dean of the college. And talking to Weil earlier, his comment to me was, it's everybody working together on behalf of our students, which is really the hallmark of Marshall University. But for a program as young as ours to have that kind of performance by our graduates is quite exceptional, and Weil, congratulations. John Sutherland touched on this earlier, but I want to highlight a couple things in terms of the academic performance of our student athletes. When you look at the APR, which is the academic progress rate, which basically quantifies the retention rate of our student athletes, their academic performance, and whether they're on track for graduation and remaining academically eligible, all factor into the APR. This year we had 6 teams with an APR score of 1,000 for this past year, which is a perfect score. Those 6 teams were men's and women's golf, women's cross country, women's soccer, women's tennis, and women's indoor track. And it's a reflection of the quality and caliber of the head coaches we have at Marshall. And I think you're going to see the number of teams that move to that level of academic performance only increase with time. I gave Mike Hamrick a few years back the challenge that I want to lead Conference USA in how we do academically, as well as our ability to win championships. I believe that both of them go hand in hand, and we're starting to see evidence of that in what's happening. Marshall University has been named by Victory Media as a military-friendly school for 2014 and beyond. This is something that we have been very committed to establishing in terms of name recognition with our veterans, and it's something that I'm very proud of. Overall, when you look at what's happening at Marshall, many great things are happening. This is your university, and we hope that you're as proud of the progress that's being made as we are. We have a lot more work to do, and there's a lot more challenges that lie ahead. Marshall University has never been healthier or stronger, and I'm very pleased to report that to you. And again, thank you all for being with us tonight.